We just spent a week on Palawan Island.
We went to Puerto Princesa and El Nido.
Did it meet our expectations?
Was it Instagram or reality?
Let's get in the video and we'll show you.
Oh, let's go.
I'm Craig.
And I'm Lucinda. Hey, we sold everything.
And we retired early.
And now we're traveling the world.
So subscribe and follow along.
Because you never know what we're going to get up to. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. The beautiful Philippines. Palawan Island.
Palawan Island. We spent a week on Palawan Island. We've heard a lot about it. Our very first stop was Puerto Princesa.
Yep.
We picked up this hotel, I think it was called the Sunlight Guest House.
Yeah.
And this hotel was pretty good. It was about 110 bucks a night, and it included this wonderful buffet.
Yep.
And then it's got this rooftop area. And when we took a look at the rooftop, we could see the rest of the bay where they were developing for the boardwalk. So I kind of think it may be a newer development.
I think the boardwalk is going to continue all the way around the bay.
Yeah.
And they're improving, they're adding lots of new buildings around there. So
the boardwalk really comes to life at nighttime.
it does.
And we were told the best time to go down there is about 6 p.m. So that's right when the sun sets, and there's a lot of people that go down there.
Yeah, there are restaurants that have great food, lots of Filipino food. We had wonderful food there, as well as other stuff too. And also kind of an area where they have almost food carts, not food trucks I'd say, but food carts.
And they got live entertainment down there, and we even saw a local basketball game.
Yeah, next door to it, there's a little kind of outdoor court that lots of people cheering, and
So it was a real nice stop there, and then the very next day we booked the tour that we came here for. And that was the Underground River, which is a UNESCO heritage site.
One of the highlights of a trip to the Philippines is to go to this underground river.
It's supposed to be one of the new 7 natural wonders of the world.
That's right.
So anyhow, we booked this tour, and of course, with all the tours we booked, there's a 2-hour crazy car ride that goes through this windy mountain pass. And then we get there, and we have a tour guide that takes care of us.
And she was excellent.
She was fantastic.
Yeah, she was really fun.
And so we get to this one staging area, and she arranges for this boat to come up. And we all get on this boat, and it's about a 20 to 25 minute ride through the real big waves.
Yep.
And we get to another staging area.
You can see why a lot of the boats have the big outriggers on them to stabilize. Because those were some big waves.
And then we get to the next staging area where we walk across this little, not a mountain path, but it's a dirt path, and the monkeys are coming up to you and all that, trying to get in your packs, and then they give you
a hard hat.
A hard hat.
Yeah.
And then they give you the translator. It's where you can listen to the tour as you go through it.
An audio guide. In whatever language you have. And that was great. Yes. Because when you plug people into something audio, they usually stop talking. Yeah. So that was really cool, because once we were in the cave, they do want it to be a quiet experience. So what was really great was the audio book was so wonderful. Yeah. And the guide knew all the stuff. So when the audio guide was talking about it, our boat guide would shine his flashlight and then put his finger in front so you could see exactly where he was talking about.
And the hard hats were to make sure you didn't bump your head on the roof in some areas.
Well, yeah.
But they kind of told you it was also to protect you from the bat droppings.
There's a lot of bats in there, and apparently they both spit, and there's bat guano comes down too, so...
it was a great tour, and then we get back on that boat another half hour across the bay.
Yep.
And then they served us this buffet lunch, and it was so good.
It was delicious.
Local cuisine.
Yeah.
And it was so good I didn't take any video.
Yeah. It was really good. They fed so many people at once, because there was a lot of people there for this tour, but everything ran really smoothly. Apparently, sometimes you can be sitting and waiting for quite a long period of time, but our little magic worker tour guide, she had got us in. We were in and out in fairly good time, and
So the next stage of the tour, they did get us back on the bus, and then you can do a choice of one of two things. You can go floating down the mangrove, or you can do a zip line. And what did we choose?
The zip line.
The zip line.
Because it was over the water, so that's kind of cool to do a zip line over the ocean.
So it's about a 1 kilometer walk along the ocean, and then you get to the edge of this one bay, and then you have to walk up the hill until you get to this area where you put the harness on. And it was probably the smallest harness I've ever had on for a zip line.
And maybe the most abrupt stop I've ever had.
So Lucinda went first. And here she goes down the zip line.
And because of the way the winds and stuff that day, you end up being backwards for a lot of it, but it was very cool. You could see the water. I was enjoying in the moment kind of thing until you go to, so you can't see yourself coming in, and yeah, it was an abrupt stop, but it was fine. I enjoyed it.
So here's my zip line experience, because I went after her.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Yes.
You'll be used ready?
Yep.
1, 2.
And here's what the abrupt stop looked like. Okay, so that was the end of this tour. And then the very next day, we ended up booking a shared shuttle to get up to El Nido.
That's right. We were lucky enough to be the first on and the last off.
Yeah. So this shuttle is supposed to be 4 to 5 hours to get between cities. 4 to 5 hours was an 8-hour bus ride.
Yeah, because we were the last ones dropped off.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And
it was all right.
We get to El Nido, and it's a beautiful little town.
It is a beautiful little town. It's very crowded, especially down by the beach area. They've crammed as many people and as many businesses and as many different dive shops and tour guide offices as can possibly happen.
It's very crowded.
But it's a fun place because there's always noise, there's always something happening. They have great food restaurants.
Yes.
There are lots of music.
So
lots of backpackers there. It's a very young place,
It's a very
Craig?
young place. Here we are in El Nido, Philippines.
And we found some Canadians. Can you tell how I knew where it was? Yes, we're the North Raptors. This is Maynard and Kelly.
Hey there. Hope you guys have a great holiday.
You too. Thank you so much, guys. Pleasure meeting you guys.
Excellent.
So we stayed at this one little hotel called Bulls Camp. And it's a tiny little hotel sandwiched in between a hostel and a pretty nice place called the Apartments beside it.
And it was amazing. It was a great find. We really enjoyed it there.
People that worked there were fantastic.
Yeah. Hi, Ray.
Yeah. And this place cost us about $110 a night also, but it didn't include breakfast. But they had a breakfast you could buy, and they served it to you there, and it was only $7, and it was fantastic.
It was amazing. It was perfect.
And what a wonderful stay. I recommend that to anybody. It was a great place.
So the big thing about El Nido is there's lots of diving there and the boat tours, and they have 4 separate boat tours called A, B, C, or D, and we had researched that, and we had planned on going on 2 or 3 of these boat tours. But unfortunately, as sometimes happens with travel, especially long-term travel, Craig ended up with an ear infection or something going on with your ear. So we had to go to the doctor, which they recommended the best place was to actually go to the Adventist hospital. Went there, super service.
Yeah, great service.
Wonderful
the
young
doctor was fantastic.
She was amazing.
And really took the time to help me out with it. We did an ear flush and a few other things.
Yeah.
And the cost of the service for us, we think it was actually pretty inexpensive.
Yeah, keep in mind, we always have travel insurance. We never go without travel health insurance. We think that's very important. So,
the next day, we did do Tour A.
That's right.
Now, they come and get you at your wherever you're staying early in the morning, and then they take you down to the beach to the staging area. Now, it's a little bit of organized confusion. They have this thing figured out. It works well, but I was confused the whole time.
Yeah, you just gotta find one person that you know is in charge of your tour and just keep your eye on them.
And then we get out to the beach, and there's hundreds of people down there getting on dozens and dozens and dozens of boats.
Of 4 different tours. Yeah. So you got keep an eye on your person.
Yep. Yeah. So we get on this tour, and it's a wonderful little tour. The very first stop we went to is a place called the Big Lagoon.
The Big Lagoon, and then that one, the main thing is kayaking, which we did. And it was wonderful. I think it was 300 pesos for the kayak, which is like $8, $7, $8,
something like that. Anyhow, the colors of the water, the clarity of the water was fantastic. And then you float around on this kayak. In one area, you can actually get out and stand up. And, and of course, that's where all the Instagram photos are made.
The beautiful Philippines.
And we don't have Photoshop, so we can't take everybody out of it.
Well, you know, it was neat because you did go in, you went through the shallow area into the couple larger areas, and you could go through the rocks, and it was really a beautiful place to kayak. There just was lots of people. Yeah, we did some snorkeling on some of there was 5 stops in all. We did some snorkeling, we did the kayaking on the first one, did some swimming.
And then on the very last stop, I can't remember the name of the beach.
It was called Seven Commandos Beach, not that kind of commando.
And it was a beautiful beach. The sand there was awesome.
It was gorgeous.
There was beach volleyball
games going on, and they had beer and stuff for sale, and it was a great beach to hang out. It was really, really nice.
And then they take you back to town where you gotta unload and go through the crowds again. Anyhow, El Nido, like the
super fun place.
Super fun place.
Yeah, always something going on.
It's a younger crowd, and I'm okay with that because it was a lot of fun.
There was some of us gray nomads there too, as our Aussie friends would say.
Yeah. Anyhow, that was our tour of Palawan Island. That's what we did when we went there.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. I love Palawan Island. I recommend it to anybody.
That's right.
On to the airport, and that's where Craig tries new things.
Again. I'm finding lots of stuff for him to try. Craig, I found another snack for you. I'm going to let you tell the people what it is.
It's Subterranean Mangwan.
Let's see. How'd you do?
Festivus Sucasilla something. I don't know.
Chicharron ni man.
One. Great. Another thing to try.
Yeah, because you love this.
Oh, it doesn't want me to try it.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Don't smell it first, remember? Don't smell it first.
It kind of tastes like Doritos with chili and pickles, maybe.
Oh, I'll try that.
Yeah. You try it.
Okay. Chicharron ni mangwan. It's not bad. It is definitely a different texture. It's like the pork rinds or whatever, but thin. But yeah, kind of Doritos and a little hint of vinegar. Not bad.
And then from the airport, what do? On to Boracay.
Boracay.
However you pronounce it.
I don't know, something like that.
Okay, we'll see you on the next video. Boracay.
Let's go. You make it, old man? Who's the one having the birthday first? Who's the one puffing, getting up and down?